afternoon. Thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Dustin Grove here with meteorologist Sean Ash, timing out not only the frigid temperatures that are going to have our furnaces working overtime, but maybe some snow in the forecast.
I would say likelihood of some snow here. It will not be the storm like we had. That's going to stay south of the Ohio River, but it's going to be impactful. We'll time that out, but we got to take care of business today, specifically tonight and the bus stop tomorrow morning, Dustin. So let's show you the bigger picture. And the last couple of days, the blanket, and we call it that because that's exactly what it acts like, the blanket of clouds has saved us from seeing temperatures near and below zero. Look at all the blue sky that's emerging over central Indiana. So that blanket is being peeled away from the bed, and we will pay a pretty stiff cold price in a lot of areas where the deepest snowpack is tonight, tomorrow morning. 22 right now, producing a wind chill of 12 with that westerly wind at 9. So wind chills are in the teens and lower teens at that here, and they're going to hover there for balance of the day. This is visible satellite. You see the clouds departing and a little flurry action there. That will give way. All that fresh snow there you see there is really going to do the job as we go through tonight. This is what we're expecting for low temperatures tomorrow morning. Anywhere from 5 above to as cold as 5 below. So a harsh start tomorrow morning. That's one part. The other part is what you see to our southwest. We'll have the timeline on the snow, how much to expect all ahead in the forecast.
We'll be watching closely. All right, Sean, thank you. And make sure you have our live Doppler 13 weather app on your phone. You can check current conditions and our weather blog to keep up with these changing conditions. It's a download, a free download in your app store. As temperatures become brutally cold around here, here are some things to try and keep in mind, especially those of us traveling to and from work. Car experts say freezing temperatures are tough on your battery, so give it some time to warm up. Also, make sure you check the traction on your tires and make sure your wiper blades are in good shape and ready to go and that you've got plenty of winter washer fluid. As for your house, experts say don't leave your garage doors open. Make sure those are closed when you go to bed every night and when you leave for work in the morning, and that can let a lot of cold air in if not. They also suggest letting your faucets drip so pipes don't freeze and lower the thermostat just a few degrees to take the pressure off of your furnace. New at noon, the teen shot at Castleton Square Mall 2 days before Christmas is back in police custody. You may remember this story. It happened December 23rd around 8:30 at night at the mall off of East 82nd Street near I-465. Following the shooting, the 18-year-old was arrested on a preliminary charge of felony intimidation with a deadly weapon. Well, police tell us he is not believed to be the shooter, but was arrested again today for his alleged role in the incident. We'll look into those documents, let you know more details on that as we get them. We're also learning more this afternoon about how a pregnant woman was killed on Indy's south side. Our Chase Howell has been looking into this, and we want to warn you now, some of the details you may find disturbing.
Neighbors say screams for help could be heard coming from this apartment. Inside, police say they found Shania McDonald's body, bloodied and with tape wrapped around her face. The next day, and about 6 miles away, IMPD along with SWAT arrested McDonald's boyfriend Regulus Baca at this apartment complex in Greenwood. Court documents say he told investigators that he punched McDonald in the face, hit her 4 times with a space heater, stabbed her, and wrapped tape around her face to suffocate her. And at one point, he allegedly told police he just wanted her dead.
We will likely be over 100 domestic violence related homicides or fatalities for the calendar year 2024.
Karen Burton tracks the number of homicides that are caused by domestic violence incidents across Indiana. While she says she's still adding up last year's total, she says from January 2024 to October 31st, 74 people were killed as a result of domestic violence.
We know that those numbers are always underreported, and so it's always very, we kind of give them with a grain of salt.
And according to court documents, McDonald was about 4.5 months pregnant, something Baca was allegedly aware of before he killed her.
Unfortunately, we know that pregnancy actually increases risk for domestic violence and for death due to domestic violence. One of the leading causes of death for pregnant women is actually domestic violence and death due to an assault by their partner.
Burton also says another leading cause of death for those enduring domestic abuse is leaving. For those who know someone in a domestic violence situation, Burton says to be supportive of that person because feeling judged often leads that survivor to staying with their abuser. Reporting here in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.
Also today, a local man faces criminal charges in connection with a shooting that killed one person and seriously hurt several others. It happened around noon Christmas Day on Meadow Lark Drive near 42nd and Arlington. Police say a fight inside a home between family and friends sparked that shooting. Now Dawson Garzon is facing 1 count of murder and 5 counts of battery. According to online records, his trial is set to start in March. If you're an IU Health patient, listen up. We're learning about a security breach that compromised patient information. This is because an employee's account was compromised, which then exposed patients' social security numbers, addresses, and other medical information. IU Health says it began notifying impacted patients last week. We have much more on this investigation and how to reach out to IU Health if you think you may be involved in this somehow. We've got all that information for you at WTHR.com. Beginning this week, all Indianapolis first responders will be part of a new mental health response initiative. Starting this week, officials will decide which agencies are most needed in that moment, whether it's police, firefighters, or EMS. Now, Metro Police used to take the lead, but now as long as the person doesn't have a weapon or isn't threatening anyone or doesn't need to be detained or anything like that, IMPD will stand by and let other first responders take the lead. This unified plan will be used when MCAT, or the clinician-led community response teams, are not on the clock, because they're not on the clock 24/7. The goal, city leaders say, is to get the right resources to the people who need them.
Our goal is simple: to make sure individuals in crisis receive the most appropriate and effective care while also prioritizing the safety of everyone involved.
What's going to change is you're going to see a safer response, again, for our providers and then for the patients ultimately.
Those city leaders say they hope this avoids uncomfortable or dangerous situations. We are one day away from one of the most anticipated games of college football. Notre Dame and Penn State facing off tomorrow night in the Orange Bowl. The winner moving on to the national championship game. And our Dominic Miranda is in South Florida today.
Hello and welcome to the beautiful state of Florida as we get you set and ready for the Capital One Orange Bowl at Hard Rock Stadium in just 2 days' time. Fort Lauderdale, Florida is where we're coming to you from. We just arrived not too long ago as Notre Dame and Penn State are set to square off in the college football playoff semifinals. These are two huge Midwest brands coming down to the Sunshine State for a chance to punch their ticket to the college football national championship. The weather has been beautiful, the sky's blue, and the sun has been shining as we are down to just 4 teams left standing in the landscape of college football. For the Irish, eyeing its first national championship since 1988 under the legendary Lou Holtz. They haven't seen success like they're seeing right now in quite some time. For Penn State, looking for their first title since 1986. Both these teams know how important punching their ticket is. We caught up with Notre Dame wide receiver Jordan Faison and QB Riley Leonard as they look to keep their focus.
Obviously, there's a lot of noise. Coach Free tells us all the time, you got to block out the noise, everything that's around you. We're in Florida, great state of Florida. There's a lot of stuff going on around here, all the festivities and whatnot. But at the end of the day, he tells us that we're here for a business trip. We're here with the intentions of completing our goal of getting a national championship. That's what stays on the front of our minds.
You can feel it. You can feel the tension between the two schools, and it'll be so fun. We've been looking forward to this matchup kind of all year, and finally it's came.
These are two hard-nosed football teams, Midwest brands. You can't ask for much more. Final Four, a shot at the national title on the line. It doesn't get much better than this. All right, stick with us here on 13. We're going to be live for you, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, previewing this matchup as we inch closer to the historic Orange Bowl. It's going to be a lot of fun. For now, though, at Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.